And welcome back, everyone. So, where we last left off, I was rambling about Star Wars, and I also did a couple of small things. Added a couple of parks in. I did some bike lanes along some various roads, which stops people from having street side parking. I don't know if that messes everything up. I mean, I think it just means that people have to have garages now. But yeah, so I added some bike lanes because I think that'll help people get around a little bit better without traffic. Anyway, and I made this a little bit better, so now it's less of a cul-de-sac, more of a cool little loop roady thingy. And so we have that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it a little one-way loop road. That'd be kind of cool, right? Yeah. Apparently demolished some people's houses. Well, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we got that going on. Yay. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Nope. Oops, wrong way. Is this a one-way? No, that's just grass. We don't want grass. We want bike lanes. There, two-way with bikes. So, one-way loop around that direction. Ah, screw it. No, there's no point. There's no point doing one-way loops like that. Alright, whatever, it's all terrible. So, going back to Star Wars, one thing I want to talk about is, I was talking about Kylo Ren's lightsaber thing. A lot of people are like, oh, how the heck can Rey figure out how to use the Force and then defeat this like well-trained Sith guy in like 12 seconds, who was trained by both Luke and this Snoke guy? To that, and I give the same answer that a bunch of other people have given, in that they set up this gigantic thing throughout the whole film of Chewbacca. Chewbacca's bowcaster is OP. Needs to be nerfed, but until it is, that thing is just like, it's blowing up multiple stormtroopers like a bazooka. So they did a long-running setup of the bowcaster is super powerful, and then Chewbacca shoots Kylo Ren in the hip with it. That's gotta freaking hurt. And then they do this whole thing of like thumping his wound, trying to like get his keep his body going, and help him I don't know, dull the pain or whatever. But this shit's always burned down over here. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I guess someone's robbing Goods Unlimited. Whatever. I'll get, once I develop more over here, I'll figure that out. Anyway, so the he's clearly heavily wounded, and then they also did another thing where they had Rey basically show that Rey picked up on the Force pretty quickly. She's really good at it. And this is not dissimilar to what happened in A New Hope, where you had Luke going from absolutely no training to meeting with Ben for like a couple hours, and working with a lightsaber and a couple other shit, to using the Force to destroy the Death Star. And it's basically the same concept. And that's there's so there's really nothing too crazy about her, just her abilities to defeat Kylo Ren. And then the other thing is he already had gone through one quick little fight with with Finn, and so that that obviously tired him, whereas Rey was going into it fairly fresh. And then the very last thing is okay, plot and Force, the Force willed it and blah blah blah. Anywho, so the whoops, your tiny little hut is on fire. Thank goodness we have the fire department. And then the one other final thing is the why is everyone constantly trying to break into this place? Oh, can garbage trucks not go here? Shit. My cool crazy plan might have backfired. Well, fuck it. I'll just put him... Oh, where do we want to put it? There. there. Put it over there. I'll get rid of this. This was a dumb idea anyway. Alright. So you guys can have your thing back. Now we'll put this road back over here. You a bike? You're a bike road. Alright. There, bike road. Solved. Alright, So the, yeah, so I don't think it's that unreasonable. Now, let's go right into one thing I want to talk about. This other thing is everyone's talking about who Finn's parents are. And it's obviously a big setup, and it's probably going to be some big reveal. But then at this, and the obvious bait that they set for you, and this is, well, at least what I think is obvious bait, is just clip right through that mountain there, buddy. Let me see if I can fix these guys. A little bike path. Yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. So the obvious thing they're setting up is that it's she is Luke's daughter, and they're somehow tied by family and whatever else. And you know, they could have, you know, Luke could have had some kids. He's an adult. He can make his own decisions. And you know, if that is what it is, then maybe you know, sure, I can see that. But at the same time, there's the more obvious choice that a lot of people are ignoring, and that is when you have the flashback, and there's a lot of key stuff given in that flashback. But the biggest thing I saw, and they even talk about it some online in some places, is Alec Guinness and a couple of the Obi-Wans they did voices for that. They were in that flashback. And this leads me to the obvious conclusion that she's not Luke's daughter, she's Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter, and or at least granddaughter or something like that. And because you know, obviously Obi-Wan was pretty old by the time the episode 4, 5, and 6 were out, and this takes place 30 years later. And so you know, I think that she probably is Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter, granddaughter, and then that you know, that would make sense that you know, his voice would be tied to it, and you know, tied to the vision, and so you know, so you know, Luke's lightsaber, the original lightsaber, the one that Rey gets, was the one he lost in Cloud City, and so you know, yes, that's the obvious link that it's Luke's lightsaber. But then you go back and you know, if you go way back, you know, that was back from when it was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin hanging out. And so there's an obvious, so you know, it really was Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, and then after Anakin, Darth Vader dies, you know, whose lightsaber is it really tied to? And I'd say it's tied to Obi-Wan Kenobi just as much as it's tied to Luke Skywalker. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. So, something I want to talk about the new series, now they're doing new Star Wars and Disney bought it, is the fact that they killed all of the expanded universe. And so some of the stuff they killed is great. You know, I'm really happy that they got rid of you know, the expanded universe's habit of bringing back every character ever. You know, the Emperor came back at one point. Boba Fett comes back. You know, everybody. You know, Luke becomes evil. Luke's become good. You know, everyone dies and comes back practically. It's ridiculous. And you know, I think Chewbacca died at one point, and then he like wasn't actually dead, and it was just. It's just, you know, they couldn't, you know, it was written by basically a bunch of fan fiction people, and it just, you know, that's what it felt like. It just fan fiction. And oh, let me get this before I run out of money again. Let me build this damn bus station. Space is not already occupied. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? You fit here a little while ago. What the friggity? Oh, it's because I made the road bigger. Shit. Well, let me just delete that. Dump it in here. and then I can hopefully reconnect these roads without too much trouble. Yeah, just delete that. Oh. Okay, that. Now I can do it. There. Good. Solved. I fixed it. Alright, I finally got that straightened out after forever. That is quite a bus depot. Well, we'll see if this was a great idea or not. And, so the, expanding universe. Yeah, let's see. So they brought everyone's character back. You know, Han and Leia had this stupid romance plot thing that they kept like trying to push that was just garbage. All the stuff they did with it was just so terrible. With some of the stuff with Han and Leia as kids just seemed to just drag on and on and on, and it was just weird and bad. They had vampires in one story that was horribly weird. No, they weren't spelled like vampires. They had a Y and a in there, and the planet full of rancors with people who ride them, and they were somewhat force sensitive. Oh, geez, that was just a terrible book. One thing that the internet seems to still be focused on, and I just want to have people shut up about, is the frickin' lightsaber fighting styles and all the lore about lightsabers and all that shit. A, half that shit got thrown out with the expanded universe getting chucked out the window, and B, all of it was bullshit to begin with. The lightsaber, the style force, no, that's just dumb. The movies had bad fight scenes as far as realism, because of the fact they wanted to be flashy and various limitations and stuff like that. So the movies were absolute garbage as far as a reference for fighting. If you have a stick that can cut through anything, you're gonna and there was the whole thing that George Lucas wanted to say they were super heavy and stuff like that, but then he kind of backtracked on that, and then he made it so that they could use it with one hand in Empire Strikes Back, and all that stuff like that. And so there was a whole bunch of stuff where it was like, it's not a fighting style. They wanted to do flashy moves that looked good on film. And, about the only thing that I know of that was actually like, okay, that's legit, is the move that Darth Vader uses to cut off Luke's hand is a good example of a fencing move. But other than that, all this like spinny twirly stuff they do in like a Phantom Menace is the worst for it. It's just garbage. Like that one scene in Revenge of the Sith where they're like twirling their lightsabers around and around and around and not hitting each other. What the hell is that? That is just baffling. So this whole bullshit about fighting styles and all this. The only thing I can tell is that for some reason, bad people who put red, they have red-bladed lightsabers. Did no Jedi ever just go, oh, I'm gonna be hipster and have a red lightsaber? Was that just suddenly evil? You become evil if you want to have a red lightsaber, or if you become evil, does your lightsaber suddenly turn red? It's but the whole like fan the whole this lore, quote unquote lore about lightsabers, it's garbage. It's all made up. Just stop it. Stop it. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of the EU stuff they threw out, I'm very happy about because it's garbage. The stuff that I wish they had kept are numerous, because there was some good stuff. Grand Admiral Thrawn, Mara Jade, Shadows of the Empire, all the Timothy Zahn books, the X-Wing Rogue Squadron stuff, the I, Jedi book. I really like that one myself a lot. And they were all really good. So I hope they selectively bring some stuff back, or at the very least, they let people start a new expanded universe, and people can go and rewrite some of the better characters while kicking out all of the absolute garbage. But then again, you'll probably just have the exact same problem that we had before, of garbage with some garbage trying to overwrite good stuff, and then bad stuff trying to overwrite good stuff, which I guess is what happens when you have 20 million different authors of a series. Let's see. One thing I want to talk about is basically Han Solo's death. That makes sense. I thought it was well set up. Some bastard on Imager spoiled me on it, and I'm gonna hate you forever. But anyway, yeah, Han Solo dies, and it was pretty obviously telegraphed in the film. It wasn't. I don't think it's that big of a surprise once you're about halfway into the film what's gonna happen. But at the same time, it was like, oh, geez. But Harrison Ford's old. I mean, he's an old guy. Honestly, it's the kind of the thing that they had to kill one of the older people. Maybe it was going to be Chewbacca. Maybe it was going to be, I knew they were going to kill someone, just because they don't want them to be reoccurring, and it'd be a big impact. Oh, and they're just trying to recreate the hype of, Luke, I am your father. But at the same time, if you're killing off an old actor who's kind of more just doing cameos in here, it's not really hype. It's not this big impact. George R.R. Martin gets it. Having main characters you've followed a long time suddenly die in places you don't expect them. Oh yeah, that has an impact. But just having a random character die just because you want to do something new and edgy or something, I don't know. It doesn't work. It doesn't work very well. But I thought overall it was a good plot point, and I thought it made sense. It wasn't just something let's kill him just so we can do something. No, it actually made sense to the plot, and it was cool. I liked the whole thing where they had Kylo Ren's character basically fighting the good side. That was a nice little touch. I thought that worked out pretty good, and one thing they did do a lot of is if it wasn't blatantly obvious, they basically ripped off Star Wars: A New Hope. Everything is more or less exactly from the Star Wars: A New Hope storyline. I need to relocate this guy. Oh, that's right. It's so annoying. To relocate a landfill, you have to wait till it empties, and then you can relocate it. So basically, I'm stuck with this road being like it is until I can get it to empty, which garbage. So stupid. Whatever. Yeah, here we have the mini Trump towers. Christ. Why did you get? No. Let's fix this. You have all this land back there that I gave back to you. Do something with it. Jackwagons. Alright, we got buses. I should actually do something with these bus depot things. But the one thing they did that actually made this workable is, I can... Oh, that's how that works. The one thing they did that made this workable is the fact that they kind of mixed and matched every character's not personality, every character's traits, and this had the really great result of let's circle back around here. I don't want to do this. Yeah, let's go over there. And what the fuck? Why do you have to go all the way around there? Ah, damn it. Alright, well, we'll just have you cut in through back there. Complete line, and let's take you right there. Good, perfect, fine. So the what was I? So all the characters, they all kind of just blended and mixed and matched everyone, and just put everyone back to very similar just what we were in episode 4, but just by mixing and matching each character, they were able to make everyone a lot more interesting. Modify. I don't know if there's a better way to get into here. Make your red line. All right. So the let's see. What else haven't I talked about? Oh, and since I have, when I was at the film the second time, there was a kid who came out, and he's freaking goddamn kid. He comes out of the film, and he immediately says that this was the best one since episode 3. I want to hurt you. The prequels were shitty films. They were bad films. And anyone who doubts this, go watch Red Letter Media and tell me I'm wrong. The Red Letter Media reviews sum up everything except for a couple things I go, well, I would have, maybe I don't quite agree with that. But overall, the Red Letter Media reviews get everything spot on and really explain why the prequels are so terrible. And they're also hilarious, and you should enjoy them because they're fun. I guess I can... I'll put a bus stop back there. Stop hitting... Oh, Christ, just constantly hitting jackpot. Oh, now you're full. Just empty all of the landfills. Building burned down. Whoop de frickin' do. This game. Sometimes this game is... There's some stuff that they do that I'm like, I wish you had done something different. Yeah, purple line. We'll have the purple buses. So, let's see. What else are we going to talk about? Yeah, so, yeah, watch the Plinkett Red Letter Media reviews. They are hilarious. And a little morbid and weird, too, which is kind of funny, but I liked it. But yeah, so I guess the only other thing I can say is overall, I thought the films were great. I thought that they did a fantastic job, and I fully support people. I fully support people going to to see them. I'm excited for the next one. I really think that these are great films, and the can I get in through here? Nope, gotta loop back around. Yeah, there's so many good things about these films that it's honestly hard to touch on any of them. Some of my favorite scenes were just little stuff. The little bit of dialogue with where Rey figures out how to Jedi mind trick people, and she makes the cameo was done by Daniel Craig, who does James Bond, and that came out so good, and I really liked that. So yeah, great film. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, tell me in the comments what you guys thought too. I'd love to discuss some things and various stuff. And yeah, I think I will leave this episode here. I'm going to mess around with these buses a little bit more off camera, but otherwise, I hope everyone has a great day, and good night.